Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to another video for League of Legends, this one featuring Shaco. This is taken from a ranked game at right around 1450 ELO, maybe a little bit higher than that. In this game, we have myself playing as Karthus, we have Nox playing as Graves, and then quite by an accident in matchmaking, we find ourselves in a game with Spreekaway playing on his Smurf account, TTT Spreeka Smurf. I don't know what the TTT stands for, but yes, we actually found ourselves playing with Spreekaway just by the coincidence of matchmaking put us in the same game. Then alongside us as well, we also have a Swain player and we have a Karma player. Yes, support Karma is on the game, on our team as well. So what we're going to look at in this game is we're going to watch Spreekaway jungle with Shaco, a champion that we don't see as much anymore. He was sort of famous for sort of terrorizing people in the jungle for the longest time, but we tend not to see him as much anymore. So let me just line up these slots here, and I'll talk a bit about the Shaco gameplay and talk about this as it goes on. But this is actually from a ranked game, and it is sort of a normal matchmaking in operation here. Then the team that we're up against over here, we're up against Amumu, Orianna, Twitch, Taric, and Shen. So, one quick announcement before I get started. We are very close to the end of Season 2. It is ending next week. So, just for tonight, I'm not going to be doing the custom game night. I will be streaming, but Varus and I are going to be trying to finish up our quest to get to gold rating, and we're going to try to finish that up tonight. I'm at 1493 as I record this. Hopefully we'll be able to hit 1500. Varus is at like 1475. So we'll be playing tonight, but not going to do the custom game night. Just tonight only. Just not going to do it tonight. So anyway, sorry about that, but we'll be back. Should be back next week, hopefully. Now, Shaco. Shaco's strengths are he is very good at ganking lanes early on. He has a stealth ability on his, on his Q, on his Deceive. We'll talk more about this, but he's very good at ganking lanes early on, and he's able to clear the red and the blue buffs extremely quickly through the use of his boxes. Downside of Shaco is, although his ganks are incredible early in the game, he does not scale well in the late game. In fact, he's a very weak champion in late game, and you have to take advantage of him early, because late in the game, he is one of the worst team fighting champions in the entire game. And Shaco can really only split push in the late game. So we'll see that as we go along. But with Shaco, time is not on your side. You want to get ahead early. And I've actually messed things up. I'm trying to help Spreekaway with some free damage here on the Wraiths there, and I accidentally killed the big Wraith, which is the one that gives you all the experience. So Spreekaway didn't get that much experience from that camp, unfortunately. Anyway, note what Spreekaway does. He uses his Jack in the Boxes to pull these camps initially. He's going to take the red first. Generally, people like to start red over blue with Shaco. And again, you start with your first point in his Jack in the Box, his W skill, and this allows him to pull aggression from the camps and deal magic damage to the camps. So again, he started red. Note that he did not use his smite. He used the boxes to kill red. Now what he's going to do is run immediately to blue, and now he can use his blue to get, he can use his smite to kill blue, and that will take him to level 3, or it should take him to level 3. If I haven't taken away too much of his Wraith experience from early in the game. But this is sort of a very standard path. Start red, clear red with boxes, run to blue immediately, do the blue buff, and it should get you to level 3 if you have done it correctly. Let's see if this takes him here. And yes, there you go. So now he has 3, and now he has a point in all 3 of his skills. And I'll talk more about them as we go on. Then immediately go to a lane and immediately gank that lane. There he is. He's going to use his Deceive for invisibility. Run in here with double buff behind Shen. Comes in. There's the Ignite. There's an Exhaust coming out. And there is First Blood. Even better, the First Blood goes to our top laning Swain player. That's an even better setup, because that means that top lane's going to snowball ahead. Now, Spreekaway knows he's up against Amumu. Amumu has many strengths. He's great at team fighting, but he is a weak jungle clearer. And so Spreekaway is going to set up to try to counter jungle Amumu at his red. He's going to try to set this up. He's going to start putting down boxes. And again, he's going to try to set this up. He's going to wait for Amumu to come in here. He knows Amumu's in the area. He's going to walk right into the brush, gets hit by the fear proc on those boxes. Again, Spreekaway does have red buff, so he's going to continue to chase. He's slowing with each auto attack. Amumu has started cloth 5. He does not have boots. He's getting slowed. He cannot run away, and so that's a pretty easy kill for Spreekaway as well. And now he has really set their jungler behind. We'll see if he chooses to go for their red buff or not. I think we were waiting to see what Orianna would do. Again, we had the fortune of being essentially a triple Q here, which you can't normally do, but essentially we had a triple Q here, and I was telling Spreekaway, no, Orianna's still mid. We know Orianna's mid. We can see Shen's top. We can see their bottom lane. Bottom lane's down here, so that means Spreek's free to go ahead and grab this red. There's the smite. It's a little bit early, but not too bad. Smite's going to give him level 4, and this Amumu is screwed. He is really far behind right now, and that is the biggest weakness of Amumu as a jungler. He is a very slow jungler. He is susceptible to being counter-jungled. He's great if you leave him alone. He's great if you leave him alone in the jungle, but a good player will not let him do that. Anyway, Shen is getting roughed up, and he's very low, so Spreekaway going to blink over the wall, and then uses his Shiv, and that's going to get the kill. So, too much early game action. Have not been able to go through and highlight all of Shaco's skills. So let me do that now, since we've got a little bit of a break in the action. Let's lock the camera on Spreekaway for the moment. Passive here, Shaco deals bonus damage when attacking from behind, and you can actually use his clone to set this up. It's a little bit of a difficult passive to use, but if you can set this up, you want to use it when jungling whenever possible. Again, his W is his Jack-in-the-Box, is the point that you skill first. Use it to clear the camps, creates a Jack-in-the-Box at the target, becomes invisible, will pop out when an enemy comes near. It fears them for half a second, and deals magic damage over time. And by the way, our Shen player, let me go back and just show that top lane again. Our Swain player, after now having gotten a humongous edge up in top lane, now having gotten this huge edge, what is he doing? He's last hitting under the enemy team's tower on no health and no mana. I mean, it's just obvious what's going to happen here. He's going to get ganked and killed. That was a very poor play, so he throws away much of the advantage that Spreekaway has given him. Okay, anyway, back to the skills for Shaco. His Q, his Deceive, Shaco teleports. It's basically like Flash. You point the cursor and you can blink to a nearby destination. You blink and become invisible for 3.5 seconds. The next basic attack deals gets a critical strike and deals less damage on a critical strike. But again, you become invisible, you get a short blink, and moves you in the direction of the cursor with stealth for a couple of seconds. Looks like we have a team fight in bottom lane. They were able to get a kill on our Karma player. Right now, Twitch is trying to run away, but that's why Karthus is in the game, and we can't quite finish off the double kill, but we're going to be able to turn that into a 1-for-1 and salvage that situation. Anyway, Shaco's skill, his E here. Oh, right here. Looks like the enemy team is pinging to back. Let's see, can Spreekaway jump in here and Grave Robber another kill off of this Tark? There's the blink. There's the Deceive in. There is the Shiv. Again, he's got red buff. Oh, is he going to be able to finish this off? No, that stun is going to allow Tark to escape. So not quite. Not quite. Anyway, the E skill, 2 Shiv Poison. It looks like Spreekaway's maxing this first. This is the biggest damaging skill. Let's see, well, there's a passive on the skill. Let's see, basic attacks reduce the target's movement speed. Oh, I actually didn't realize that there was a passive effect on this. Interesting. Anyway, the active is toss out the 2 Shiv, the little Shiv. It's basically, a Shiv is basically a dagger, by the way. Toss out the little dagger, and it deals magic damage and reduces their movement speed. So it deals damage and slows. So again, the basic idea for Shaco is use his Deceive, become invisible, blink in, toss a Shiv, hit them in the back, and then start hitting them with your auto attacks. And again, much stronger if you have red buff. Shaco's much stronger when he has red buff, so that he gets the auto attack slows. Anyway, Spreek, again, is a good jungler, knows that blue buff is about to repop, knows that Amumu did blue buff first. Let's see, he's just waiting to put down a second box, and then I'm assuming he's going to start the camp. That, or he's waiting for Amumu to come here and kill him. But again, preparing to counter jungle, he knows that Amumu started first. Here comes Amumu, and Amumu looks like he's going to walk right into this trap. So again, Spreekaway's a step ahead. There's the face check on the boxes. I'm coming to help counter jungle. We're trying to get this. I'm actually going to flash wall, but it's not quite going to be enough. Even with the exhaust, we're not going to be able to kill him. Here comes their bottom lane, so we may have been caught with our hands in the cookie jar a little bit too much here. Twitch is going to de-stealth. Tark is coming in. Our bottom lane is not quite there. We just need them to show up so we can have a 4v4. Orianna gets off a nice ult here. I'm getting off a lot of damage with my Defile, and I actually am going to kill Twitch. Now, oh, their team is so low. We just need that Karthus ult, but oh, the Karthus nerfs the increased cooldown timer. Not going to be enough, so not going to be able to ult and pick off that kill. And we end up going 1-for-1. That's not a great result. Honestly, we could have done better. The biggest issue there was we just had our bottom lane was a little bit too far away when we initiated that fight. If our bottom lane had been there, and if it had been a 4v4, we would have crushed that fight pretty easily. As it is, though, Amumu is able to get his blue buff, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And Spreekaway also mentioned that Amumu on the fear proc walked in precisely the correct direction. When he walked into the brush and got feared, he walked in exactly the direction he wanted. You know, he could have walked this way as well. The fear proc sends you in a random direction. So anyway, that was a good idea. It didn't quite work out. Still not the end of the world. We went 1-for-1 there. I died, and we got a kill on... who did we get a kill? I think we got a kill on Twitch there. Anyway, so Spreekaway should hit 6 relatively soon. He will get his ultimate. His ultimate gives him a clone. It's called Hallucinate. Shaco briefly vanishes, reappears with a clone. The clone deals 75% of his damage and receives 50% increased damage. The clone also explodes when it dies, and that can deal quite a bit of magic damage. It's something to keep in mind. You have to be careful about killing the clone because Shaco can send in his clone to suicide bomb somebody. It deals magic damage when it dies, so you do have to be careful with that. Again, the clone, really useful for doing Dragon and doing Baron. One of the things that Shaco is best at doing. He's one of the strongest junglers in the game at doing Dragon and doing Baron. Hasn't spawned yet, but that's the idea. So again, those are the strengths of Shaco. His ganks are really strong with his ability to go invisible. The fact that he has that innate slow. By the way, we have a fight down here in bottom lane. Let's see, are we going to be able to ult into this fight? Let's see, I already did use my ultimate. And unfortunately, we're going to lose out on that one. That fight is not going to be successful for us. And their team is actually doing reasonably well in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Swain getting ganked by Amumu up here in top lane, trying to help out that Shen, who is horribly far behind thanks to the early game pressure that Spreekaway put on. Right here, though, Swain still running that ult, and yes, he is going to get this kill with his never move. And right here, assumed that he was going to die, but no, it's a nice flash from Swain, and he actually is going to make it out of here. We thought for sure he was dead while he was playing this, but no, he is going to escape. And of course, while this was going on, I'll rewind here for a sec so you can see, as soon as we saw their jungler and their mid up top, we were like, hey, their jungler's up in top, and their mid lane is top too. That means we've got a free dragon. So again, we come down here and we claim the dragon. So we actually go 1 for 0 top, and we take the dragon. So it puts our team very, very far ahead. We come out way, way, way ahead in that particular exchange. Now, again, this Swain player, I mean, he was doing pretty well, largely because Spreekaway put him ahead with 2 early kills. But why he's still in lane with like no health and no mana is just beyond me. It's like, dude, just go back to base. Just go heal. Like, seriously, dude, just go back and heal. This is silly. So anyway, that was a little bit funny, but Spreek is level 6. He's now got his clone. He used the clone to help him do the dragon. And he's really had a successful game thus far on Shaco. This is how you have to play Shaco. You have to gank lanes early. You have to look to put pressure on the lanes. The enemy team should be very scared of you. They have to play very defensively anytime they can't see you on the map. It's how you have to play against Shaco. You should be very scared. Anyway, we weren't doing that great in bottom lane, largely because Karma is a terrible, terrible support. We were sort of kidding about this during the game. It's like, wait, so Taric is a stronger support in lane than Karma? I mean, go figure, right? So that's part of the reason why we're having issues here. Now, there's a fight getting initiated down here. You see Taric actually used his ultimate. There is the jump rope or spirit bond on that's being used by Karma. Meanwhile, there's the exhaust goes out. Spreekaway using his exhaust. Here comes Shen ult, but it's not going to matter. Graves ult is going to pick that off. And now, oh, can we finish off this kill on Twitch? Yes, yes we can. I had the ult. I said, do we need it? Varus and Spreekaway said, nope, we don't need it just yet. You can hold off on that. So a nice gank there by Spreekaway coming in, using his blink, able to jump in there and pick off that kill. And now, of course, going to push the tower and going to have the tower eat these minions so that their bottom lane doesn't get them. Meanwhile, down comes Amumu, down comes Orianna. So what am I going to do in middle lane? I haven't talked too much about mid because you guys have seen me play Karthus a lot. What am I going to do? I'm going to shove my minion wave into the tower so Orianna doesn't get them. And because we know their jungle and mid is bottom, I will take advantage of this to go and steal those wraiths. So take them away. Orianna wants to take the wraiths herself, but nope, sorry. You went down to bottom lane. You will pay for it by me taking your wraiths away from you. So I'm farming pretty well. I'm 35 minion kills ahead here in mid, so that's a good sign. Already got my Rod of Ages, and just trying to farm it up. You know, just try anytime I can get Karthus in mid and be able to play one of my best champs. Take that as a good sign. Here comes Amumu, but he's spotted by our ward, and we're going to be able to. I'm going to be able to get out of this with no real worries. In fact, I'm going to toss down my wall so I have vision and then go and take the race anyway. He's lurking here. He's trying to get a kill, but again, we had ward coverage, so we were pretty safe. Meanwhile, in top lane, Swain has just snowballed ahead. Shen is 0-5. Shen is very weak, and again, that's a result of that early pressure that we put on, that Spreekaway put on Shen, and just put him so far behind that he really couldn't do anything. It was like 30 minion kills to 5 or something like that early on in the lane. Shen is just too weak. He's under-leveled. He is 4 levels behind Swain. He is so far behind in gold. Let's check that out. 2,000 to 4,300. Wow, so he is about 2,300 gold behind. That is just makes it very, very difficult. And now Swain's going to go back and buy. He's got his Rod of Ages. Shen has a Heart of Gold and not even Merc Tread, so really has almost nothing. And at this point, it's just a matter of us looking to continue to push our advantages. That blue buff of theirs is back up. We know that Dragon's going to respawn in, it was killed at what, 10 something? Let's see, what was it? It was killed at 10, so it'll be up at 16-12, so in about 3 minutes. But again, just looking to continue with those advantages, continue to push, and continue to try to snowball the game. Again, the weakness of Shaco, time is not on your side when Shaco is in the game. He is really strong early game, but he falls off, and he falls off hard. There is the box. Are we going to get the fear proc? No, so not able to pull off a kill in that particular exchange right there. Did anyone on their side have to flash? No, it looks like they didn't have to flash. Still, their Twitch and their Taric do have their flash down. Meanwhile, here comes Amumu, so we may have a fight here. There is the re-engage from Spreekaway. Again, you can, just like Flash, you can blink over this wall. So it looks like we have a 3-on-3 fight down here. That pink ward kill going to remove their ward right here. And yeah, Amumu's still sticking around, so we might, again, we're just waiting to see if there's going to be a fight right here. They have shifted Orianna to top lane because, I guess because Swain was doing so badly. Here comes the engage right now. Varus is going to cleanse that Taric stun. He still will get hit by a Amumu stun, but is going to flash out of that. Does a pretty nice job by using both summoners to escape that. Again, taking cleanse because it was Taric in the lane against him. So able to dodge that gank. Does a pretty nice job of it. Meanwhile, I'm just still farming up mid, 145 CS. And meanwhile, here comes Spreekaway. That's Spreeka Smurf, and looks like he's going to go in to re-engage once again. Let's see how this is going to work. Getting ready to blink over the wall. There it is. There's the blink over the wall. Karma goes in to engage. Here comes the exhaust onto Twitch. Nicely done. And now the fight's going to be turned and countered. Shen ult comes in, but Karthus ult also comes in. Karthus ult going to pick off Twitch. Are we going to be able to get Taric as well? Doesn't look like it. There's the slow. And no, we are going to get the kill on Shen. Again, an underleveled Shen ulting into the fight. Not that scary. So we're going to be able to get 2 kills there. And now the raging is on for the enemy team. I don't even know what this says, but it looks like Twitch is not particularly happy. And again, another successful gank by Shaco. So again, this is how you have to play him. You have to play aggressively. You have to gank lane. Shaco is not a farming jungler. Look at how Amumu has so much more farm. But again, that's just the play style. Anyway, Swain looks to be in all kinds of trouble up here. He is ignited, but you know what? He's actually doing pretty well against this Amumu, and that Raven is actually going to finish him off. And now Orianna's low, and not quite going to get hit by that never move root. But Swain, he wants this. He's going to flash, and he will pick up the kill. He used his flash, and it looks like he used his torment to pick that one off. And now Swain, dude, you got to go back to base. You got to get out of here. He needs to hit a binding on Twitch, and Twitch is going to flash the binding. A nice play by Twitch. So that blue buff going to be exchanged again. And meanwhile, what are we doing? Jungler in top lane. Go ahead, sit on that dragon timer, and be prepared to get it when it respawns. It died initially, what was it? Let's scroll up here. It died initially at 10:12. That means it respawns at 16:12, and we were able to kill it in 7 seconds after it respawned. Again, Spreekaway was set up there waiting for it. Now we've caught their Shen player out in mid. Are we going to be able to finish him off? No, not quite. Not quite. But we will be able to get this middle tower. And now the snowball is well and truly in operation. We are almost 8,000 gold ahead, about 7,500 gold ahead. Right there, I was amused that Twitch was actually doing race right as I tried to steal them, so he actually did get that one. Still, we're in very comfortable shape. Our Swain player has 6 kills, I have 3 kills, Spreekaway has 3 kills, Varus has 2 kills. We're ahead 14-6, and if you check out the gold totals, 63, 46, 65, 53, and the highest on their team is their Orianna with 4,700. So we have what? We have 3 people ahead of that, and even Spreekaway is basically even with gold with their AP mid. So we're in very comfortable shape right now. I'm trying to see how quickly I can get a death cap. I'm right around 10 minion kills per minute, which is very good where you want to be in the middle game. And again, we're just looking to wait for the next big objective to be up and then to fight for it. Swain, though, this Swain, man, very aggressive. He's going after Taric. Here comes Karma as well. There is a nice binding. Are we going to be able to finish this off? Taric's going to use his ult. Taric's going to flash as well. Can we finish this one off? And it looks like, yes, we are going to get that. Amumu uses his ult, but now they've gotten caught by Karthus Wall, getting caught by Karthus Defile. Keep using those lay waste. Just keep them in the Defile. So I'm going to pick up a kill. Swain gets a double kill, but goes down. Meanwhile, now Orianna and Shen are trying to enter the picture. What are we going to do about these guys? Meanwhile, Varus and Spreekaway are coming into the fight as well. I'm going to get ulted by Orianna, but I'm not in that much danger. A nice little shield there from Karma. I was like, I'm just going to walk over here. Just going to use my ult. Don't mind me. There we go. There's another kill on the Shen. Now, can we manage to pick off this Orianna? No, not quite. I don't think so. Spreekaway going deep. That's just the clone, though, so he is okay. And the net result of all that is, I believe we got 4 kills, they got 1, and we also took the second tower in middle lane. So coming out pretty far ahead, and now we have a just shy of a 10,000 gold lead. I've decided I'm not going to re-engage that fight. Don't really want to die. I'm just going to come down here and continue farming down here. Farming, getting close to that death cap. How much gold do I need? I need 2,000, so I'm getting reasonably close. As soon as I hit a death cap, my power will just jump up. Now, something that we talked about during the game, we saw this comment from their Orianna. Their team started saying, report Shen, report Shen. This demonstrates a lack of understanding of how and why the game played out as it did. Shen, his score is not 07 because Shen was deliberately trying to feed or deliberately trying to throw the game. Now, Shen didn't play particularly well in this game, but the reason why Shen's score looks so bad is because he was killed twice by Shaco right at the start of the game. And at that point, he was too weak, and he just got obliterated by our Swain player. But again, that's not him intentionally feeding. It's not like he's deliberately trying to lose the game. He just got set behind by Shaco, and he was never able to recover. So again, the notion that Shen needed to be reported is just completely false. It's not. I mean, he didn't play well, but that's not grounds for reporting, unless he was spamming, unless he was bad mouthing them in team chat or something. But we didn't see any evidence of that. It's just sort of an example of their team not understanding why Shen was behind, and that was due to the Shaco pressure. That's sort of the point I'm trying to make, that the reason why that top lane went so badly was due to Shaco. It was due to how well Spreekaway was playing and the pressure that he put on. Meanwhile, we've got a little bit of a fight coming in here. Again, Swain going balls deep again, wants to fight this, even though it's like a 2v4 or something, 3v4. He wants to fight this. There's an exhaust. Spreekaway gets the exhaust on Amumu, and they are, in fact, going to pick off that kill. We've just killed their jungler. We can take mid. We could go do Baron if we wanted to, but the pressure's on. We want to take this middle tower. I'm going to capture Orianna with my wall, and everybody just pours on the damage from there. That's an easy kill. Boom, there's the surrender vote coming out, and that is going to be the end of this particular game. Yeah, 20 minutes. This Shen is GG. Please report Shen. No, it's not Shen's fault. It's good play by Shaco. That's what I'd argue. Yeah, it's good play by Shaco. So this more or less represents an ideal Shaco game. I mean, this is how he needs to be played. Short game, 20-minute game. Very, very strong ganks. Shutting down their Shen player in top lane. Very strong counter jungling. Now Shaco's not inherently a great counter jungler, but if you can get set up, if you can put the boxes down, if you have red buff, if they don't have boots, Amumu, very susceptible to counter jungling, perfectly counter jungled on Amumu. And by the way, look at this Amumu build. He doesn't have any gold per 10 items. Very, very strange there. Not quite sure what was happening there. Anyway, just for anyone who's curious how to skill Shaco, maxing the Shiv first on his E, maxing Jax in the box second. Looks like you only need 1 point in Deceive because it doesn't really do that much with more points. I'm not exactly sure what happens with more points. I think it's a shorter cooldown or something like that. Not entirely sure. I don't play Shaco. And then again, building Shaco, Wriggle's Lantern is sort of the standard first item. You need to build Wriggles and then add on damage. A lot of people have been building Hex Drinker recently. It works very well against double AP teams. And this team of theirs, very heavy magic damage. Shen, Amumu, Orianna, all magic damage. Anyway, though, again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Know it's a little bit short, just trying to highlight another champion, how to play Shaco. He's much better in solo queue than he is in ranked 5's team. He is not nearly as good against coordinated teams. That's why you never see him in tournament play. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to watch the stream tonight, just not doing custom games. Until next time, take care, guys. See you later. Have a good week.